Hi, my name is Jose Francisco Salazar Vaquera. I'm a student for international commerce. If in seventh grade, I was talking about do and do not to do in a presentation. I have started with 10 things that you do and not do in the presentation. I will explain both into one example. Example number one, use of images. Do. The images should lead to your presentations better if they provoke emotions, but without moving away from the content of message doesn't want it to express. Using them metaphorically helps keep the audience active and thinking. And do not do is words should not dominate your slides. It is often causing disconnection from the hearers. The words are to be used by you. 2. Emotion in the voice. Do. It's one of the case to make the some emotions flow in some way. There are simple recourses for this. Telling stories is your life, or talking about close bagels makes you much more believable. Do not do is about modeling speech and if of course read. You will gain precision but you will not reach the people. Number 3. The humor. Do. A couple of cartoons and some scary joke helps keep people attention. Sometimes the use of the humor allows to the deal with sensitive or difficult use in the more comfortable way. Do not do is a do not do look comfortable of nice enough to use jokers. Do not to do it. Artificial fall. But do not be dry. Smile and use some expressions can be a good subtitle. 4. Remind your audience. Whenever you can stay attentive to your audience, look into their eyes whenever you can and get involved. Ask them smart things that make them think but not complex and do not dare to participate. And above all, attentive to their actions and expressions. Do not do is do not look extraordinary at your level. Thinking about what you have to say. What do you want to spread this? What you are going to look. 5. Preparations. Audience often thank and body of the communicators, but that's only reserved for the people with much experience. It's usually much better to prepare what in some measures you want to tell in the slides what they accompany you. Do not do is a good presentation does not mean setting of the complex presentations. There is a direct relationship between the complex and the presentation and the likelihood that something will fail. Make that simple, but think hard. 6. Look to you. Do. Try to analyze the critics of your presentation that is recorded on video. Trying about the analysis weekends. Watching a video is useful, but being aware of your audience is usually much more effective. Do not do. If you do not have experience in communicate, do not analyze it negatively. This will make you most nervous next time. You must propose to improve one of the two other aspects in the come here. Do not be in a hurry to improve. 7. Something to wear. Do. Bureaucratic recipes do not exist and giving advice is not always well received, but you must try to concentrate your ideas should your ideas somehow with the reality of the audience, you should know too that there are things that can be taken from there. Do not do. Do not just tell the reality of your experience as much as you do not terrorize in excess. They are listening to your internally and you must feel part of the speech. 8. A storyteller. 2. If the most difficult but in the most effective, your presentation must have a clear and plot, an nexus that extends through it, a story that makes fit in the different pieces of the puzzle. In the fact, you have to create as possible knowing your imitations. Do not do, no matter how interesting the ideas you bring. You should not present them and disconnected, where striking them. They will make your audience feel disoriented. 9. Be yourself. For example, do. Dress as used to feel most comfortable in the minimum order necessary and express yourself at the most conversations. Do not do. If the look the where you are not in or not do know is the something that is detected much faster than you think. Anything disappears and rising will and your arguments. And the last one, look for the examples. Do. Finding and analyzing examples for recorded and privacy communications on the internet is often helpful, but it's part we leave in you. Look in the good presentations and there's them the comments of the article and they will them. Do not do is finding and analyzing examples of recorded and privacy communication over the internet is often helpful, but this part will leave in you. Look for bad presentation and share the comments on the article and we'll all them.